TA, there were 2. In TA2, there are 3. All season, several drivers fighting for the ultimate prize in Trans Am. And now Amy Ruman stands at the cusp of her first championship. In TA2, 3 drivers enter the finale with a chance to take home the title. And there's no better place to decide it all than the high banks and tight turns of Daytona International Speedway. It's time for the Trans Am season finale here on the CBS Sports Network. Welcome to Daytona International Speedway, coverage of Trans Am, America's road racing series. Today, it's Bullet Liner Championship weekend. Hello again, everyone. I'm Rick Benjamin. NASCAR star Michael McDowell joins me for the call in a few moments. Shea Adam has our coverage today down on pit road. This is it, the conclusion to a great 2015 Trans Am Championship season. A couple of titles already decided. In Trans Am, Amy Ruman just has to take the green flag. She will lock up her first career title in this legendary series. The big battle today is in Trans Am 2, where 3 drivers remain in contention for the championship. The points leader and 2-time defending champion has had a problem-filled weekend so far. He has to start at the back of the pack. Shea Adam has that story.
Cameron Lawrence is a 2-time TA2 champion, looking today to make it 3 in a row. And Cameron, you're starting from the back of the grid today. Last time that happened at Daytona, what was it that happened? Oh yes, you won. Feeling good about today?
Yeah, definitely. I think we have a really good car. You know, we've worked hard for this moment in the last 2 years, so we know what we need to do. It's just today it's just a matter of executing and getting to the front as quick as we can. You know, unfortunate to miss qualifying and not get a chance to put a lap in, but you know, we're here to take care of business and still go for the championship.
And how many cars are you going to pass on the first lap?
I don't know, maybe 10. 10 sounds pretty good, and then you know, 2 every lap would be all right. So we'll see. I mean, I'm just going to try to work as forward as I can, as quickly as I can, but you know, I still can't really afford to take too many risks. So we'll see. It's going to be a patiently aggressive kind of race and just do what we can.
He's got a plan, Rick, and keep your eye on the red Challenger.
Michael McDowell, Cameron Lawrence has really put together a sensational season again. He's got his work cut out for him, though, here at Daytona.
He's always so calm in the interviews, but he is aggressive on the racetrack, and he's going to have to be aggressive today to get that championship coming from the back of the pack.
One of his chief competitors, of course, will be Gar Robinson in the 74 Ranch Resort Chevrolet. Gar has had a sensational rookie season. He will undoubtedly be Rookie of the Year, but there's that very tight battle. Adam Andretti, Gar Robinson, and Lawrence all separated by 19 points.
It's anybody's championship. Today is the day that matters. They have to execute perfectly.
All right, let's take a look at your lineup in TA2, where a lot of action will take place. Tony Buffamani on the pole and Mike Copes 34. Adam Andretti qualifying second.
Adam's always got a lot of speed. Hopefully he can get to victory lane and finish out this year strong.
Gar Robinson's teammate Shane Lewis lines up in third. Wally Dallenbach Jr. returning to the series. Full-time effort plan next year. He starts 11th.
Well, he's got a lot of experience. Surprised he's not in a hunting stand right now, but decided to come to sunny Daytona and get back in a race car.
Joe Napoleon back in 18th. Nate Stokey. Ron Keith starts 20th. And there you see, back in 26, the defending series champion Cameron Lawrence missed the first day of qualifying. Second round qualifying, they had a problem on the track. He never put a lap down.
And that's really unfortunate, but we got a lot of time. Daytona's very wide, spread out. A fast car can get to the front.
More than 3 miles around the road course here at Daytona International Speedway. Trans Am Field coming onto the track behind the safety car. Amy Ruman starts from the outside pole. She takes the green, she wins the title.
Absolutely, but Amy had such a dominant year, coming away with 8 victories. You know that she wants to finish strong.
Paul Fix trying to lock up second in the title. Doug Peterson, one of the contenders as well. Earlier, Shea caught up with Amy Ruman.
When the green flag falls today, the first woman in sports car racing will be crowned a champion, and that is Amy Ruman. Amy, that's a pretty exciting achievement to have, and you've done it this whole season. 7 wins. It started at Daytona last year. How do you make it 8?
We're just going to go out, obviously get that green flag first to seal that championship up, and then we're going to go for another win. We're going to go for win number 8 on the season, 9 overall since last year here at Daytona. We're looking to have a great race. It's been an amazing year. We're so blessed by our Lord and Savior, and it's just been unbelievable. I couldn't have done it without my parents and my team and Mick Nichols' company. You know, everybody stood behind us, all the fans. I can't thank everybody enough for rooting for us all year long.
It's been a pleasure. And are we going to see you back here next year as well?
Yeah, I'm going to get through today before I start talking about next year, but it's obviously a good possibility. I would love to defend our championship and come back strong again next year.
Been a pretty incredible season. Only one finish outside the top 10.
Incredible season it has been for Amy. She's been so dominant. Today, she wants to get to victory lane. Let's see if she can do it.
All right, the field of Trans Am machines out on the road course here. Fix on pole in car number 4. He's got a couple of wins to his credit this year. There's Amy Ruman on the outside. Doug Peterson, the 2-time defending champion, won't win his 3rd, but he's been fast in that Cadillac. Back a little further, Mario Barcenas, Rafael Barcenas from Panama. We've got some invaders here with us today, and Simon Gregg starting in the 9th position. On-board looks today, TA3, our TA3 American Muscle Champion once again, young Ernie Francis Jr. in that Chevrolet.
Ernie's so fun to watch. He's a very talented young driver. Wrapping up this championship before the race even starts, he can have an enjoyable day and go for another win.
Ryan Kleeman, a surprise on the outside pole. Tadej Jurowski, who's been 2nd in the championship, will start 3rd today. How about Dean Martin back in 12th? He's got a lot of experience in these type of cars, making his first Trans Am start. Our TA3 International Champion, Lee Saunders, will start from the pole in that fast Dodge Viper.
Absolutely, and I'm looking for that Dodge Viper to stretch its legs on these big Daytona high banks.
Saunders will start from the pole. Keep your eyes on Martin Reiginger in that Porsche. He'll line up 6th. He's an invader out of Austria. Before we went green today, Shea caught up with our new champion.
It's amazing. It's been a dream season. You know, I lost my dad, and we dedicated the whole year to him, and we didn't really think we'd have a chance, but we did, and I got to thank my crew, Kevin Smith, KSR, Jamie Kwiatek, my wife for putting up for this for the whole year, and it's amazing. I guess it hadn't even fully sunk in yet.
So Lee Saunders celebrating his first Trans Am title here today. TA2 onto the super stretch, TA cars through the bus stop. Michael McDowell, we've got several great onboard looks. Want to thank our friends at Replay XD for these all season long. Simon Gregg starts 5th in the 59.
Love these onboards, and I love being at Daytona. It brings back such great memories for me. This track is so fast, so wide, but it's tight and technical when you get in the infield. Very easy to make a mistake, especially heading down into the bus stop here. I would hate to say this, but I've locked up a few tires and slid into the grass. And once you hit that grass, it is hard to slow these cars down.
There's Scott Robinson in the 74 Ranch Resort Chevrolet, that beautiful Camaro. He's been to victory lane in his rookie season, has a shot at taking home the title here today. Trans Am field coming through the high banks of 3 and 4. This is called NASCAR 3 and 4 in the road course configuration. The speeds that these cars can achieve here, just unbelievable.
And you'll actually see a bit of a draft, too, when you get on that banking. These cars punch a big hole in the air, especially at 175, 185 miles an hour. So look for cars to get that slingshot and hard on the brakes into turn 1.
Mario Barcenas, one of our 3 Panamanian competitors in the field here today. I want to salute those folks. Glad to have them with us here as the Trans Am season finale, the Bullet Liner Championship weekend, takes the green flag. We're underway. Amy Ruman, Paul Fix down into 1 on the outside. That's RJ Lopez in the 16. Amy has to settle into 2nd spot.
Amy got a great start there, but Paul Fix said, no way, I'm on the pole, I'm leading this first lap.
RJ Lopez into 2nd quickly, thinks he may have something here for Fix as they head into the right-hander. Doug Peterson settling into 4th. John Bauckham is 5th. Here comes the TA2 field behind Tony Buffamani, the pace setter, the pole sitter in the 34. Shea Lewis right behind him, Adam Andretti and Gar Robinson. 5th spot belongs to Tommy Archer. Tony Abe driving the PD for Life entry today. Sitting in for Kurt Rohrig in that entry. And on board with Joe Napoleon in the Turnkey Chevrolet, the 91 car. Of course, we'll be keeping a close watch on the defending champ, Cameron Lawrence, who had to start 26th today. Lewis trying to pressure Buffamani for the lead as they head back to the oval.
And as they head into the final corner before heading onto the banking, you got to have the car pointed just the right direction, get the power down. This is where you're going to make a lot of passes, is leading onto the banking.
Tony Buffamani's team owner Mike Cope told me coming in today they had trimmed that car out, wanting to emphasize the long run on the high banks and down the backstretch.
And it is a sacrifice here at Daytona. You can give up a lot of the speed in the infield, but where you want it is that top end speed down the straightaways. You tip those wings back, you get all the aerodynamics that you can off of it, and hope that it pays off down the straightaways.
Former champion Tommy Archer and the Archer brothers C3 Controls Chevrolet sitting 5th. Buffamani trying to hold off Shane Lewis here.
Shane Lewis looks like he's down just a little bit on that top end speed, but in the long run, when you have the downforce on the car, you can save the tires, you can save the brakes. We're just one lap into this race here, so we'll see which package pays off.
Buffamati pulling a couple of car lengths over the 72 as they head to the trial.
Absolutely, like we talked about, we'll see what that downforce does on the infield. You see Lawrence Loshak here, a big run, 2-3 wide, doesn't have anywhere to go. He's gonna wait another lap.
Got to get on those brakes, though, diving down into the left-hand turn one. Dylan McEvoy there and Tommy Riggins, 24 car. Oh, Archer spins. Tommy Archer in the C3 Controls Chevrolet loses it, gets out on the asphalt, gets it pointed in the right direction, rejoins right behind Tony Abe.
That was an unbelievable save. Not only did he make a complete 360, let's watch right here.
Looked like Tommy Archer on that final downshift may have had to get away from him.
Yeah, it's hard to tell from that angle if he had help. Maybe this replay will give us a little bit of a better idea.
From Dylan McEvoy, oh, he had some help indeed. The 12 car. That's the car of Jason Hart from Flower Mound, Texas. That's Cameron Lawrence's backup car. Got into the 54.
A little bit of contact there. No harm, no foul. All the cars are running again. I can't believe we got through this first lap. All of these Trans Am cars and no caution. We're still green.
Look at Cameron Lawrence in the red number 1. He has made hay already. He's got to get himself up into about 5th or 6th to have a shot at retaining the championship after starting 26th. Meantime, the Stopflex Chevrolet and Paul Fix has won a couple of Trans Am rounds this season. He is your leader in the early going as we're heading into lap number 2.
Stretching out a big lead early here. What's so great is you hear that engine screaming on the banks here at Daytona. There's nothing better sounding than 800 horsepower on the high banks.
R.J. Lopez second in the 16 car. He's been a part-timer this year. Amy Ruman, by taking the green flag and running the first couple of laps, has clinched enough points to earn herself her first career Trans Am championship. She runs in front of Doug Peterson, who won the last 2 titles in that Cadillac CTSV, the 87 car.
Trans Am Racing on CBS Sports Network is being brought to you by 3-Dimensional Services Group, Prototype, Production, Proven, and by Bullet Spray on truck bed liners. High caliber protection.
Welcome back to Daytona International Speedway. Coverage of Bullet Liner Championship Weekend, the 2015 Trans Am season finale. Alongside Michael McDowell, I'm Rick Benjamin. Shea Adam on pit road. Get a sense of how fast this place is in a TA2 car on board the Chevrolet of Justin Napoleon.
Yeah, what a great view, showing you the banking, the speed as we head down into the bus stop.
Meantime, Tony Buffamati and the 274 Ranch Resort machines running 1, 2, and 3. Shane Lewis may be picking up a little draft there from Gar Robinson.
Absolutely. Anytime you can get a car behind you, that's going to help you suck up to that leading car. A little bit of NASCAR drafting here at the Trans Am race.
Buffamati still out in front. Meantime, moments ago, our 2-time defending champ Cameron Lawrence into the tire barrier, turn 6.
Lost the brakes, went into the tires. I don't know what's going on with the front of the car. We're not seeing any damage. I have no brake pedal. No brake pedal.
Very unfortunate. Obviously, Cameron Lawrence fighting for the championship. The only fortunate thing for him there was it was turn 6 instead of heading down into turn 1, having those brake problems. Never a good sign.
Now, you can run with no brakes, but being fast around here with no brakes, almost impossible, I would say.
And really, it's difficult just to make a lap without having a brake pedal. He's going to have to hit pit lane. They're going to have to work on that car.
Buffamati, your leader, on board with Shane Lewis, running second in the 74 Ranch Resort Chevrolet, the 72 car. Gar Robinson right behind him, his teammate. Gar with an opportunity to take home the title in his rookie season. How much help can Shane give him here?
Well, absolutely. This is what Gar needed to see. Let's see what happens.
Cameron Lawrence, meantime, headed to pit road. Shea Adam is there.
Lawrence has damage to the front right of his car, but it appears as if something might have gone wrong with the left rear brake as well, because the crew members took the wheel off and then put something additional in. Might have slipped a brake pad, might have had some issues, but this has damaged Lawrence's championship hopes, and they are still trying to get him back out. It appears as if Cameron will not repeat as champion in 2015.
Well, very unfortunate. Anytime that you have a brake issue like that, as small as it could be, just a little bit of a leak in a line or a pad falling out, what ends up happening is you can shoot that piston out, all the brake fluid goes out, and the pedal just goes to the floor. We see here we got a little bit of spin, but able to get it back together, and we stay green.
Oscar Terran from Panama, one of our 3 Panamanian competitors, spinning as Jaguar gets it refired and goes up back on the racetrack. Meantime, the battle in TA2. On board with Dylan McIvern and Tommy Riggins Ford. In second spot now is Gar Robinson. He got into that cone that had gotten knocked up onto the surface there.
He's just sitting right there in the racing line. Nothing Gar could do. But what's interesting here, we talked about at the beginning of the race, Tony Buffamani on the banking, on the straightaways, opens up a big lead, even with that draft behind him. But when we get down into the infield, we see second, third, fourth place get right to his back bumper. This is an indication that he's running light downforce. That's going to be harder on the tires, harder on the brakes. I think that these guys at the end of the race will have an advantage on Tony Buffamani.
McIvern in that dark gray Mustang, the 24 car, able to get around Shane Lewis and pick up third spot. Robinson, meantime, putting pressure on Buffamani for the lead as they come up on Mickey Wright's Trans Am machine on the high banks. TA car out of the Durhog stables, able to pull away with its much higher horsepower. Terran looks like he's in trouble down on the inside of the racetrack. Let's get on board with Gar Robinson here, battling for a title. Buffamani to the inside as Mickey Wright gives ground to these two, battling for race lead and championship honors.
Now, I'm sure Gar's teams let him know of what happened to his competitor. You got to be smart. We're in a great position here. You don't have to win the race to win this championship. So I think we're going to see Gar very smart, very poised. And he's been so good this back half of the season. Beginning of the year, you know, they had speed. They were getting those top 5s. But now we've seen him in 2 victory lane and now contending for a championship.
Your TA3 American Muscle standings, top of your screen from 3-Dimensional Services Group. Ernie Francis Jr. leading that battle as he has much of the season. Keep your eyes on Dean Martin in that Mustang, though, the 51 car. He has been quick all weekend long. Buffamani negotiating heavy traffic, a TA3 car, the 46, and a Trans Am car on board here with Mario Barcenas in the 34. He looks like he's off the pace, has some moisture on the windshield.
Yeah, it does look like maybe some oil has actually got onto his windshield. Not sure if that's from another competitor, but as slow as he's going, I would say that he has a problem.
Mario moving out of the racing groove. He'll drop down to the bottom now before he brings in trouble. Shane Lewis and Tony Ave in the PD for Life 04. A guest drive for Tony today. They have tangled in the bus stop. And that may bring on a full course yellow. Let's take another look. Shane Lewis is on board. He's giving up third to McIvern. Buffamani in the lead. Ave, I think, just missed the corner. Don't know if he's out of brakes or what. And there is contact when he slides back across.
That is a worst case scenario. Shane Lewis heads up driving, saw Tony Ave coming into the bus stop hot, got out of the way, thinking, all right, I've missed it. And then here came Ave right across the track and into the nose of Shane Lewis. Obviously, Shane Lewis is heated, upset early in the race to be taken out of a podium spot like that.
Meantime, Lawrence Loshak and the Ray Bestos Mustang, the 5 car, he's in trouble. And the big sweeping right-hander gets that car back up on the racetrack, but looked like he might have had a problem as well, as crossed up as he was there. Let's take another look. On board with Loshak.
Heading into the horseshoe there. It looks like he got in a little deep. Not sure if there was something going on, if there was fluid on the racetrack. Got wide. Did a great job of saving it in the grass and getting back on the racetrack. No contact made.
Loshak able to accelerate back up onto the straightaway and up onto the high banks here in front of the 0 car, one of our TA3 International BMWs. Randy Mueller in that machine has won a race this season at Lime Rock Park in Connecticut. Loshak up on the banking, able to upshift. He has struggled in his rookie season in Trans Am. Great amateur racer at SCCA competition. Shows you how tough TA2 is in the Trans Am Series. Back with more of Bullet Liner Championship Weekend. Back at Daytona International Speedway, full course yellow now for the incident at the bus stop involving Tony Ave in the 04 car, the PD for Life Chevrolet, and Shane Lewis in the 74 Ranch Resort 72 car. Got a new leader, though, in Trans Am 2. Take a look at what Gar Robinson pulled off here.
Wow, that got very busy, very quick. Tony Buffamani got on the brakes hard, not to get into lap traffic. Gar saw the opening, had the opportunity, and took the lead.
Martin Reiginger in the 47, meantime, from Austria, taking the lead in TA3 International. He's been quick in that Porsche all weekend long. Meantime, Lawrence Loshak looks like he's done for the day. Shea caught up with him on pit road.
Lawrence Loshak, not the way we wanted your season to end. It started off so well at Sebring, but this is a rough way to end the day. What happened?
You know, race cars, you know what I mean? No matter how much we prepare, there's always that, you know, it just takes one little piece of the puzzle not to be there. And I guess that's what happened to us today. You know, a freak occurrence, a lower control arm broke, snapped in half. The guys thought maybe it was the power steering, messed with that a little bit. Figured I'd get out there, maybe help my teammates and my friends out there, maybe give them a push because, man, our car was a rocket ship this weekend. You know, our Meissen Engineering race car prepared by Mike Cope, you know, the help of Ray Bestis powertrain and ET Reman. I mean, what a season, ups and downs. Pole at Coda, come here, almost had pole here. My teammate got pole, so 2 poles for Mike Cope. I mean, it's exciting stuff. I mean, Trans Am, I can't wait for next season.
Looking forward to seeing Lawrence Loshak back in that 5-car. Meantime, a great storyline this weekend. Wally Dallenbach Jr., former GT champion. You know him from television as well. Back in Trans Am, planning to go full-time next season. He's in the top 10 now. Shea caught up with him before we went green.
But coming back to the Trans Am Series, that's really where my home is. I really have missed driving a Trans Am car, so he had this opportunity. It came up very late. I mean, 4 weeks. We didn't even have this car 4 weeks ago. Steve Petty bought the car, made the commitment that we're going to try to do this full-time next year, and so I'm having a blast. We're just still learning a lot about the car. This is the first time we've had it on the racetrack, but I'm looking forward to next year.
Looking forward to being part of a 2-car team with Steve Petty. To have Wally Dallenbach back in the series will be cool.
Great for the series. Great to see Wally back behind the wheel. I can't wait to wait.
Whoa! Doug Peterson trying to shoulder his way past Paul Fix here. Fix drops below the line.
A lot of action on this restart, bumping and banging. Lopez gets in the back of Doug Peterson. They're not done. Good save. Whoa.
Amy Rummage slides through on the inside to move into second behind Peterson. Baca moves into 4th position behind RJ Lopez. Looked like Fix tried to block coming through the tri-oval there.
And without a replay, I'm not sure if maybe Paul Fix missed the gear and Doug got into him, or maybe Doug was just ready to pounce. I'm not really sure, but definitely got Paul Fix out of rhythm, and that just started this melee. But we see Paul Fix there going slow. It looks like he might even have some rear suspension damage.
Certainly looks like that, possibly a cut tire. Looked as though Fix tried to move over. Oh, and trouble for Tommy Archer again. Archer spins, got some other cars caught up in this. Dylan McIvern gets tagged pretty hard in there. Got a couple of Trans Am cars involved in this one as well, as Joe Stevens in the 11 comes back through the grass and back up onto the racetrack. David Pintarek in the 57 emerges okay. There's Tim Gray in the Ryan Industries 60 car stuck in the grass. One more look at this. Just too many race cars in too narrow a place.
When you're 4-5 wide going into high-speed kink, there's no way you're going to make it through there.
This is a little gentle left-hand bend here. Dylan McIvern just part of a pinball machine there.
He got on the brakes, got hit from behind. That spun him sideways, and then all the cars came piling in after that.
On board the deuce of Wally Dallenbach as he watches this. Archer spins in front of him, and Wally tags McIvern pretty hard.
Heavy contact on that right front. I am sure that that's going to end Wally's race.
Peterson, meantime, continues to run up front, but we have a full course caution here at Daytona International Speedway. Second one of the afternoon here at Bullet Liner Championship Weekend at 3Dimensional.com. Cadillac CTSV. Peterson looking for his first win of the season, leading right now in pretty good shape.
That's a surprise for us. We've seen Doug Peterson win so many of these races, win the championship, got over into that new Cadillac from the Corvette. We were thinking going to have a lot of speed and win a lot of races, and it just hasn't been there for him this season.
Amy Rummage won a lot of these races, going for her 8th of the year today here at Daytona. Meantime, Paul Fix in trouble. Here's Shea.
Lauren Fix, your husband Paul, didn't have the best restart, but it wasn't his own fault. What happened?
Doug Peterson passed him across the double yellow. We were told in the driver's meeting, the rule is you do not pass underneath the double yellow. He did it. He needs to be black flagged.
Lauren Fix on the radio with her husband Paul, working on the left rear corner of the Stop Flex Chevrolet. The 4-car looks like that tire is down and heavily damaged.
Absolutely, definitely a lot of damage there. Not sure if that was from the contact with Doug Peterson or after the tire went flat.
Wow, that rim, that BBS rim, very heavily damaged. One more look at this. Peterson tries to pass on the inside. Looked like Paul Fix tried to force him or block him down below.
You know, it's so hard to tell. I think Doug Peterson did a great job timing that restart. Obviously, Paul Fix was trying to control the race there. You got a little bit difference of opinion. The contact that was made was very slight, but that slight contact is what put the tire down for Paul Fix and sent him to the garage. After
14 laps, our TA2 running order, Adam Andretti with a shot at the title, leading Guy Robinson.
Trans Am Racing on CBS Sports Network is being brought to you by Racing Electronics, #1 in race communications worldwide. And by Replay XD. The new Prime X is here. Record, replay.
Welcome back to Daytona International Speedway Bullet Liner Championship weekend for Trans Am. Coming up on the 50th anniversary season of Trans Am in 2016. Green flag is back in the air. Doug Peterson, Amy Ruman, RJ Lopez, John Bauckham, your first 4. Simon Gregg in the 59 trying to go outside and pick up a couple of spots as well. Oh, and Simon overdrove the first corner. He gives that spot back. We get on board the 59 car. Bauckham able to sneak by and take 4th back. Meantime, the battle is on. Amy Ruman putting a lot of pressure on the 16 of RJ Lopez as they close in on Doug Peterson's Cadillac.
RJ Lopez has been very aggressive on the restarts, deep into the brakes in turn 1. We've seen him pass 2-3 cars just on the restarts, but after a lap or 2, it seems that his pace isn't quite there with Amy and Doug. We'll see if he can hold on to that 2nd place.
Cameron Lawrence in the 1 car has lost a couple of laps to the TA2 leaders. Looks like they've got some brakes under that car once again, but Cameron's attempt to come from the back of the field and win his 3rd straight TA2 title looks as though it will not pay off today. Dean Martin in that Mustang, the 51, the Forge Line car, making his first Trans Am start. He has taken over the lead in TA3 American Muscle. Ernie Francis Jr., the season champion, was leading earlier, had some problems. And Dean Martin now controlling things in TA3 American Muscle. Let's get on board with Ernie Francis Jr., the hood up on pit road.
The hood up, and as you can hear, there's no engine running. Sounds like something mechanical happened. Hopefully it's not terminal. We'll see if he gets back out on the racetrack.
The Breathless Performance team has done a great job for young Ernie Francis Jr. in line to win yet another Trans Am championship, still in his teenage years. There's Kerry Hitt in that brand new Cadillac body car from the Tony Ave shops. Up on the high side there, the 19 Hitt, the veteran of the series from Pennsylvania. Plenty of straight line speed in that Cadillac. And Paul Fix back on the racetrack as well. Oh, and trouble in the bus stop again.
Looks like we got 2 cars to get together. The bus stop is the problematic part of Daytona. It's very narrow, high speed. Let's just take a look at the replay and see if we can see what happened.
Russ Snow in the 20 car, running 2nd in TA3 International. On board with Joe Napoleon in TA2. Snow goes around. Bruce Nesbitt in the 50 car has to avoid, as does Todd Napierowski there in the 85. And Joe Thomas. Meantime, RJ Lopez on pit road with problems. Lopez was up in 2nd spot earlier. Looks like he could be done for the day. That opens things up for Doug Peterson and Amy Ruman. Bauckham and Gregg are next in line. Shea Adam.
Rick, you might want to keep an eye on the 59 of Simon Gregg. Simon started back in the 9th position, but he has a lot of laps around Daytona. He's currently running in 4th, and he could move up onto the podium.
Simon Gregg doing a great job managing this race, trying to get to the podium, the last race of the year at Daytona.
Set for a restart at Daytona International Speedway. John Bauckham out of Charlotte, North Carolina, in his Ford Mustang, the 86 car. The racecarparts.com entry will line up behind Amy Ruman as the safety car dives for pit road. Doug Peterson, the restart leader. Simon Gregg in 4th. You've got the lap car of Cameron Lawrence. Big traffic jam. Look at this. 3 wide through the tri-oval as they hit turn 1. 8 laps to go to settle things in Bullet Liner Championship weekend. Adam Andretti leading the pack in TA2, trying to steal this championship.
Adam was very aggressive there. He even got around a few TA cars just to use a pick. He's trying to get as many spots between him and Gar as possible. Obviously, coming down to the end of the race, into the championship, he wants to get the victory lane.
Everybody knows that Cameron Lawrence has had problems. They know that it's pretty much a two-man fight now, and we'll see what will happen as Adam Andretti in the ECC 44 car tries to hold off the car of Gar Robinson. He's got that Trans Am machine of Simon Gregg, the TA2 car of the former series champion now, Cameron Lawrence right there as well, Kerry Hitt's car, and Paul Fix all separating him from Gar Robinson. Gar's got his work cut out for him.
But Gar's been very fast. These restarts are tricky. If you're too aggressive, you can put yourself in a bad spot. After a lap or two, you'll see these cars get spread out. Then you can pick through that traffic.
Cameron Lawrence back up to speed in the one car, even though he will not contend for victory or the championship here today. David Pintarek in the 57, one of the Trans Am entries, working his way to the inside as they head to the bus stop. Kerry Hitt right there as well. Hitt able to get by Simon Gregg. Good job by Kerry Hitt in that new Cadillac. And here comes the 44 of Adam Andretti.
Now, Adam Andretti's going to try to stay as tucked up as close as he can to those TA cars. Now, they're going to pull him down the straightaway, but when they get side by side, he can actually get a draft, gain 4 or 5 miles an hour down the straightaway, and try to stretch his lead with Gar.
Battling Trans Am there. Kerry Hitt on the lead lap. Paul Fix is not on the lead lap. Simon Gregg is on the lead lap. Fix trying to get himself back to the front, perhaps get a full course yellow, get himself unlapped at least one time.
And driving with a lot of fire, controlling this race early on. Paul Fix had that incident with Doug Peterson at the restart, obviously upset about that. But here we have Amy, who is just taking the lead from Doug Peterson. Not sure if he went wide in turn 1, but left the door open. Amy's leading the race.
Amy Ruman very precise in that 23 car. It's been a storybook season. She won the first 3 rounds of the championship. Doug Peterson debuting a new car midway through the summer, hoping to get back into the championship battle. It just never really worked out for him as we ride with Peterson.
Well, it's the last race of the year. I can promise you, Doug Peterson is not content running second today. He hasn't been to victory lane all year, and this is a man that's used to standing on the podium, spraying champagne. He's going to give it all he has to try to get back to victory lane.
Peterson up onto the banking here at the exit of NASCAR Turn 1. Check in on the battle for TA2 honors. Gar Robinson third now behind leader Adam Andretti. There's Martin Reiginger in the Fometics 47 leading TA3 International, almost as quick as the TA2 cars.
And Martin has been so fast all weekend. The competitors did not want to see him show up, that's for sure.
Gar Robinson's team waiting to see if their driver will win the title. At Daytona, a couple of laps remaining to settle things on Bullet Liner Championship weekend with Michael McDowell. I'm Rick Benjamin. Shea Adam on pit road. TA2, the fight is on. Andretti with about a dozen car lengths over Gar Robinson, who just stole second.
Gar Robinson did a great job, got inside Tony Buffamani, getting onto the banking. We've seen Tony Buffamani be so fast down these straightaways, was able to pass Gar back.
Buffamani back to second. He was the pole sitter and early leader. We'll see what Gar Robinson can do here as they come to 2 laps to go. Martin Reiginger in the midst of this fight, leading TA3 International.
And you see him go through the bus stop, using all the curb, even into the dirt. They are letting it all hang out these final few laps at Daytona.
Adam Andretti in the ECC Chevrolet, the 44, leading TA2, trying to take the championship home. Cameron Lawrence, with his brake issues, will not defend his crown. Here comes Buffamani in the tri-oval.
And Buffamani had a great run there, big draft, able to sweep by Adam Andretti as they go into the brake zone.
Andretti staying right with him, wiggles a little as he starts to downshift, and here's Robinson shouldering his way past for second. Gar Robinson on the gas out of turn 1.
And he timed that perfectly, let them get side by side, and when the opening happened, he shot into it.
Robinson on the outside now. The rookie contender trying to get around Andretti for the lead in the championship. Up through the gears, heading to the King. On board here with Gar Robinson. He knows he has to win this race to take the Trans Am 2 title. Alongside Andretti, he passes him.
Hard on the brakes. They are battling for a championship. We're 12 races into a championship. First and second, nose to tail, battling hard, beating and banging. Everything's on the line.
Adam Andretti will try the over and under to get the lead back as they head to the banking here. Coming to the white flag, Amy Ruman picks up the white flag. She leads this event overall, and she wants to finish her championship season in style by picking up her 8th Trans Am victory here in 2015, down into turn 1 in front of pole sitter Paul Fix.
What an incredible year Amy's had. This is a storybook year. There's not a lot of drivers that can say I won 8 races inside of a championship in dominant fashion. Congratulations, Amy Ruman. You've done a fantastic job, and you are the champion.
Gar Robinson, meantime, just a few miles away, perhaps, from picking up the Trans Am 2 title in his rookie season. Gar out of San Antonio, Texas, elbowed his way past Adam Andretti during the infield section of this speedway a few moments ago. Now he's pulling away.
He's done a great job getting through the bus stop, coming to the white flag. It's not over yet. Adam Andretti is pushing hard.
He'll charge into turn 1 on the outside. Knows he needs to stay on the racetrack, though, if he's going to have a shot. Buffamani right there, too.
What a great battle. Can you imagine coming to the last lap? Everything for the championship right here, nose to tail.
TA2 has been spectacular all season long. Gar Robinson with teammate Shane Lewis helping mentor him. Of course, George Robinson, Gar's dad, a great Trans Am competitor for many seasons. He's here watching today. Gar Robinson with the lead and opening the lead up here in the infield.
He's done such a great job through that section right there, through the kink. As he enters into the hairpin here, this is where you want to not make any mistakes. You got to get onto the banking well. Adam Andretti's sliding around. Adam Andretti has one shot, and that's getting into the bus stop.
Paul Fix right behind Amy Ruman. This is not for the lead in the victory. Fix spent a couple of laps on pit road earlier with that bent rim and cut left rear tire after the contact with Doug Peterson. Checkered flag waves over Amy Ruman.
Unbelievable, guys. Way to go. Way to go. Excellent season. Excellent car. Unbelievable.
Congratulations to Amy Ruman, our winner and our champion in Trans Am. In TA2, looks like Adam Andretti can do nothing but watch. Tony Buffamani has gotten by him for second. Gar Robinson just about a mile or so from a title.
And Adam Andretti fought as hard as he could. He's going to look back at this race over and over again and remember that outside pass that Gar Robinson pulled off, not just for the victory, but for the championship.
Robinson in the 74 Ranch Resort Chevrolet will see the checkered flag and win.
You are the man. You are the man, Gar.
Team celebrating on pit road as Gar Robinson scores the victory in the Daytona finale, the Bullet Liner Championship weekend. There's Dad George Robinson, and Gar Robinson takes the title in his rookie TA2 season. Dean Martin will win TA3 American Muscle in his Ford Mustang, the Forge Line entry, the 51 car. Congratulations to Dean, making his first career Trans Am start. Great run for him. And here comes Adam Andretti up alongside the 74 to celebrate with his buddy. These two get along very, very well off the racetrack. Gar will cut some donuts and celebrate at Daytona.
Trans Am Racing on CBS Sports Network is being brought to you by 3-Dimensional Services Group, Prototype, Production, Proven, and by Bullet Spray on truck bed liners, high caliber protection.
Back at Daytona, champion Gar Robinson celebrating with his dad. Here's Shay.
A big bear hug from Dad as Gar celebrates. Gar, when we talked before the race, you said you wanted to be champion to tie Jack Baldwin. Guess what? You are champion as a rookie. Congrats. How hard was that?
Oh, man. The last 3 laps were like, just get it in there and get it finished. And I was behind that. I was behind Adam and Buffamani, fighting them for the last 10 laps. I don't know what to say.
You're a champion. You don't have to say anything. Congratulations, and I hope you have a massive hangover tomorrow from all the partying.
Thank you.
Gar Robinson celebrating with his family and his race team on pit road. Jack Baldwin, who drove for George for several years, on hand to watch today and congratulate young Gar Robinson. Terrific season and a great way to cap things off by winning over Buffamani, Adam Andretti, and Joe Stevens.
What an amazing race. I'm just so excited to see those guys battle head-to-head for the championship.
It's going to be a great TA2 season next year when we kick things off at Sebring in the month of March for the Trans Am 50th anniversary campaign. Wally Dallenbach returns to the series, gets in trouble midway through, ends up in 21st, but he'll be a driver to watch next season, no question about it. The chase for the TRIGON Trophy in Trans Am 2. Robinson with the victory wins by 8 points. Cameron Lawrence has to settle for third. Shea downstairs catches up with Adam Andretti.
Adam Andretti, you've got some good plans for next year in terms of the championship. So close this year, but you did put on a great show and thank your team. Is that satisfaction enough?
Absolutely. I mean, yes and no. It's bittersweet. The real reward for these men and women would have been to be, celebrating the championship tomorrow at the gala, as champions. Very, very happy for the Robinson group. They definitely deserving of it. It was a hard-fought entire season. But as far as my engineering components company, ECC Motorsports, Lids Team Sports, I couldn't be happier. Hoosier Tire put a great tire underneath us all year long. Wagner Horsepower, I think they probably sold a lot of engines after this weekend because we were the talk of the track and in more ways than one. So, really excited about the effort. Can't thank CBS Sports Network enough for really showcasing our show, doing such a great job. All of you, Shea, Rick, Mike, hi. Thank you for all you do. We love having you guys on board, and the job that you do to make us look good is fantastic, and we appreciate that.
Adam Andretti's done a great job of putting on a show for us.
Yeah.
Always sliding the car around, giving it everything it had. Let's take a look at the TA results.
Amy Ruman is your winner over Peterson and John Bauckham. Nice run for Kerry Hitt in that new Cadillac to fourth in front of Simon Gregg. Daniel LaRucia, Mario Barcenas, a couple of our competitors from Panama. Mickey Wright, Oscar Terran, and Claudio Burton had problems today. Amy Ruman ends up winning the championship by 34 points over Paul Fix. What a way to cap off the season. She's with Shea.
Amy, that's 9 wins in a calendar year. How in the world did you put that together?
There's something to be said about patience. It's not about leading the first lap. It's about leading the last lap. And that's what my goal was all year, be there at the end, be there at the finish. There was some crazy racing going on. We were just patient, paced myself. I knew we had a fast car. I knew we'd have a good car at the end, and set some passes up, got the draft, and took the lead back. And after that, we didn't look back. So that was awesome.
2015 Trans Am champion, Amy Ruman.
Amy Ruman is the champion in a dominant fashion. What a great year.
Meantime, we have a brand new winner at TA3 International driving a Porsche 997. Shea catches up with Martin Reiginger, who makes his Trans Am debut and winds up in victory lane.
Martin Reiginger, anytime you're behind the wheel of a Porsche, you're going to be a threat for the win, but what's it like to win at Daytona?
Yeah, I mean, it's awesome. It's my first race here in Trans Am. The series, I think it's growing. Hopefully one day I can be in the big cars because when they pass us, it's just awesome and seeing those fast cars. And I hope to be back one day.
So we congratulate Martin on a great run today. Dean Martin, meantime, takes honors in TA3 American Muscle over Todd Napierowski and Craig Capaldi. Tough day for champion Ernie Francis Jr., who did not see the finish. But Dean Martin, in his Trans Am debut, goes to victory lane. Shea spoke with him.
Dean Martin, it's a win at Daytona. Congratulations. What's it like to stand on the top step in victory lane?
It's always great to stand at the top step at Daytona. Something magical about this place. So, and I've been here a bunch, and I just love this place. So it's a great facility, great series. Hoosier tires today were awesome. We're a little concerned, but they held up the whole race. It was great.
Hard-fought win for you today, though. Good competition. Will we see you back here next year?
Yeah, it was. I thought it was going to be a little more difficult coming from the back to the front with all the cars that were up there, and but we got that caution really helped us. So it was great, and yeah, I'm going to come back as much as I can next year.
We look forward to seeing you. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Dean Martin, a guy with plenty of experience. We congratulate Dean. And our champions for this season, Amy Ruman in Trans Am, TA2 champ Gar Robinson, TA3 champs Lee Saunders in International, and Ernie Francis Jr. in American Muscle. Michael McDowell, a great season.
An amazing season, so much action, all the way down to the final race of the year. I cannot wait for the next season to kick off.
It will begin at Sebring in March, the 50th anniversary of Trans Am Racing. For our entire Carolinas production group, CBS Sports Network crew, I'm Rick Benjamin, congratulating our winners and our champions. We appreciate your watching the Trans Am Championship, America's Road Racing Series.